Yeah, YouTube is running.
Running. Okay. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, wherever you are all joining. I know this is an important day everybody is waiting for, as we are focusing on most critical element in the business today, all about the security. And one biggest thing is the e-signature. But why now? So let's go deep into it. But before we go deep into it, let me just talk about, what is the overall happening in the world. There is a chat GPT is taking over. There is a generative AI is taking over. There is the rapid advancement of technology is happening. That means everything is shifting towards digital process. And all the organizations are striving to eliminate all these paper-based workflows because the security becoming more important and people are completely working in a multiple directions in multiple countries. It is, I hope you all might have probably read, World is Flat was a book released a few years ago, but now it is happening for reality. And more than that, there is a lot of efficiency comes into the e-signature, and there is also time saving. And most importantly, all the business people are thinking, how can we do more with less? So that means cost reduction. So this is another definitely a cost reduction. And you also want to know who's really signing all this paper, the enhanced security. And moreover, with all these different distributed environments, we are also thinking a lot of the different integrations are required. So let us see how this e-signature Signulu will able to do. But before that, we also want to introduce its founder and CEO, Ramna ji, who will be telling us, why and what basis he has started, and then we'll go more deep into the demo, and then we also have a Q&A. So if you're not speaking, so just make sure as a ground rules, keep your audio and video shut, and then we will be talking more. And there will be ample time will be given to all the people who are joining across the globe on the Q&A session. So let us make it this as a most interactive session. And let's go back to Ramna Garu for his act of why he picked the signature Signulu. So Ramna ji, please tell why Signulu.
Yeah, good morning and good afternoon, good evening to people from all over the world. Thank you very much for joining at a very short notice. I'm very glad to see so many of you. And in fact, we started this product, way back a couple of years back, when we started using it, we see the flexibility and, the quality and the amount of services that it can give is competing head on with a lot of, e-signature products. Then, we thought of, why can't we really separate it out as a standalone product and, start take it into the market where people can see the real efficiencies of getting the e-signature. Along with that, we have a patented process where people should be able to identify the person who is signing it using the facial and photo. There's a variety of other processes that we have included here. So this patent is pending right now. Hopefully, we should see it in another 2-3 months. Using this product, there's a lot of security that we can give to our users. There's 5 different ways of giving security to the recipient or sender, whoever is taking the document. They should be able to see 5 different ways. One is the OTP based, where people can get their document and see the using OTP, they should be able to have the access. The other one is like, the facial verification, photo verification. And also we have the other things like, where the location tracking of the entire recipient, where the document is being signed. Using this, and also we have a 5th level of security where the document cannot be tampered by using our checksum we create, which is being populated to the sender and recipient. We should be able to verify all this. So this is exactly the base where we are picking up our traction in US, India, and also Middle East. Right now, we are excited. We are, giving a multilingual support where we should be able to see in the other parts of the world too. Soon, we'll be launching it in South America. So using Spanish as the base language. Hopefully, we should see a good traction in South America too. Thank you very much, Swami. And I'll pass on the mic to Raghav, the head of the product. So he should be able to walk us through the product demo and give all the question and answers. Thank you.
Yeah, before we pass on to Raghav, so that's, as you heard from the CEO of Signulu, why it has started and how compelling reasons he has to make this a secure world and a transparency and identifying facial recognition. There are so many security features are enabled because it's a very simple process. Everybody, whoever is doing the business, should be an authentic user with a transparency so that we can bring equality, the diversity and the equality, which is again a game-changing ideas because we are all human element in the automation. So that is where we are spreading across the globe multiple products, and that's why it is very successful. Even in the last Vegas event, the US PAC, we met with a lot of the state and federal government agencies and also the enterprise customers. Everybody was really looking forward to see. I know there is a lot of other products, but there is always a special about Signulu, and that's why I joined Swami Sri Perambadur as a managing board for this, along with the CEO, to see how we can really spread the to multiple locations across the globe. So now let us invite the brain and the architect behind it, the person who is really taking care of the product, into the limelight and working closely with our customers across the globe. And he has built a solid support and product team 24/7, working in languages. So I don't know, hope Ramana can speak multiple languages, but today we'll stick to English. Okay. So Ramana, Raghav, so over to you. So I know you are a product, you are trying to do all the linguistics, and there is always I think in one of the customer was asking, hey, I'm in US, but I'm working with multiple countries. I'm dealing with Spanish, Dutch, and other languages. Can we do? Yes, we can definitely do one document which can be parsed into multiple languages and go to different customers. So that's where Raghav and his team is working. But let us see what is all about Signulu, why it is so much successful today, and where else we can start on this journey. So Raghav, so please give us a little bit deeper dive about the product, and then we also have a Q&A sessions. And again, all the viewers, please send me separately all your questions so that I can ask when the Q&A comes. And you can also register for a demo exclusively for your own usage for your business. So over to you, Raghav.
Thank you, Swami. Thank you for the overview of the technology and the product. Thanks, Ramana, for giving an overview on the product. So let me quickly jump into the demo so that whatever has been spoken, you can see it on the product. Just a minute, let me share my screen. I hope everybody is able to see my screen.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So Signulu, once the user logs in, so this is the landing page that you can see. So quite a few things you can set it up over here. So one is you can choose your language settings. If you're not comfortable in the default English language, you can select any of your language. Right now we support 4 foreign languages apart from English. So if you want in Arabic, you can change your language settings as per your requirement. So the first step in the process is how do you get the document that needs to be signed into Signulu. So here are the 3 ways that you can do that. First is you can create your own document within Signulu. So you don't have to use multiple software for creating documents. So we have a full-fledged word editing tool where you can simply type or copy paste or create your own documents over here and then send it for signature. The other option that we have is you can create your own templates. So templates are basically documents that can be reused over and over again. So this basically enhances or reduces your turnaround time for preparing and sending the document. And the third option we have is you can upload your files. If the document is already drafted using any other software, you can just either drag and drop here, or you can just upload the document. Or if the document is stored in any of your cloud drives like Google Drive or OneDrive, you can set it up and you can get the documents from your OneDrive as well. Okay, so for now, for the demo purpose, I'll just pick up a document. And now here, one thing you need to note that we support multiple document types. So we support Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and PDF. All versions of MS Office is supported. So you don't have to worry on the document version or any file type. So once you upload the document, this is where you will see all the documents. So I can upload as many documents as required. Of course, it depends on the plan, the subscription plan that you have. There are certain restrictions, but the point I wanted to drive is you can add any documents over here. So it'll all arrange it in a sequential manner. Once you upload the document, you can manage it. Like either you can replace, or you can download, or you can rename the document. So for this demo purpose, let's rename this for as webinar demo document. Okay, so once you get the document over here, click on next. So next step is to add the recipients, people who are going to either sign the document or approve the document. Okay, so there are three roles that you can define for a recipient. He or she can be an approver. So basically they don't sign the document, but their approval or review and approval is required in the document workflow. The second role that you can define is the signatory. That means the recipient has to sign the document. And the third role that we provide is a CC role. A CC means the person just receives the final executed contract or a document once everybody signs it. He or she is neither a reviewer nor a signatory. So these are the three roles that you can define. As you can see here, we have two options here, normal and secured. So when you say secured, it adds another layer of authentication, either through an OTP, mobile OTP, or an email OTP. So only after entering the correct OTP, the person will be able to view the document. And the other option that you have over here is sequential and parallel. This is basically the workflow. Either the document can be signed by all the recipients in one go, or it has to be signed in a sequential manner, like one by one. So in the order that you arrange. The other important feature over here is, if you see here, these are called page permissions. Say, for example, you have multiple recipients and you have a 100-page contract or a document or multiple files. So you can define who can view what portion of what pages of the document. Okay, so that settings also can be done over here. Now, at the time of adding the recipient, you can add recipients from two channels. One, through a simple form. Second, you can also have your own contact list. So if you have recipients in your contacts, you can just select and add them, makes it easier. Or you can go and add the recipients. For the demo purpose, I'm just adding a recipient over here. Designation field is optional. If you want, you can add. Now here I'm enabling this person as a signatory. Okay, so the recipient gets added. Now, once I add him as a signatory, there are a couple of other options that you can enable. One, whether if you want to know whether from which location the person is signing the document, you can enable location tracking. Otherwise, you can keep it switched off. If you want to do a level of identity verification before the recipient opens the document, you can enable the facial recognition module. So I'll show you all of those features. So let me add one more recipient over here. I'm adding him as a signatory, but at the same time, I'm also saying that I need to verify this person's identity before he opens and signs the document. So I'm enabling a facial recognition element for this particular recipient. Okay, so here you can see I've added three. One first person is always by default the initiator of the document, and I have added two recipients. And the mode of signing is a sequential process. So once I add all this information, then I just click on next, and now I need to prepare the document. So document preparation basically where you need to define for every recipient what are the fields that he or she needs to fill up. Now, if you see, this is the list of the first person is the initiator. Since he's an initiator and I'm not enabled signatory for him, the signature related fields get blocked, but I can add any other fields for that person. The second person is a signatory. So I will drag and drop the signature field, the designated position, and I can add along with the signature. I also need the date signed. So one thing that you need to note here is the date by default, it picks up the current date. You cannot change that because the date is basically the date on which the signature is made. And then I'll drag and drop the name field and then the email field. So wherever the information is already available in the system of the recipient, the fields automatically populated. Next, I'm going to add for the second recipient, I'm going to add the same fields. I need the signature. I need date signed. And I'm going to add email. Okay, so once I prepare the document, my next step would be to review this and submit the document to the recipients. So this is the review page where I review the document before I send. If you see on the right hand side, you can see the list of participants on this document. The first person is the initiator, so the icon suggests that he's just an approver. The another two people who are there are signatories, and so you have the signs in. Then I submit. So here, before I submit, there are a couple of things that I can do. One, I can set a reminder frequency to a daily or a weekly. So the signatories will get a reminder email until and unless they sign the document. Or you can set up a validity date for the document. Say if you are sending a time sensitive document, say a proposal or a quote or a purchase order or any kind of document that has a certain validity for that. So you can set up a validity date. So once if the document is not signed within the validity date, the document becomes null and void. So then you will have to resend the document. And then this is the email settings. So you can define what your email notification subject should be and the body of the email should be. So you can do a few settings over here and then you send. So that's it from the initiator side. So document is on its way to all the recipients to either approve or sign the document. Once the document is sent, so you will be redirected to the manage page. So this is where you control all the documents. So here, if you see, this is the document that I just sent. It is shared with two people. It was created on, updated on, and owner is the signed person, and it shows what is the current status. So being the initiator, the first thing that I'm going to do is I need to approve the document first. So this is the approval page. So then I have few things that I can do over here. I can view the recipients, who are all the people who are there in the workflow. And if I want, I can download a copy of the document, or I can send the document directly to print if I need to print this document, or I can seek some help on how to handle the document. So once I approve, so now the initiator has approved the document. So if you see here, the status has turned to 1 out of 3. So out of 3 people, 1 person has acted on the document. So then it goes to the second person. So he would receive a notification. So here is the notification for the document. So this is the second person in the workflow. So he gets this document. So he just has to click on sign. So he'll be able to view the document. So as you can see, the information is already filled over here. Now, if I want to change this, my signature, so I get 3 options. Either I can draw my signature, or I can upload a copy of the signature image, or I can choose a predefined style. So let me say I've defined the predefined style and the signature is applied. The rest of the information is already pre-filled for me, so that I don't have to redo the process again. And here I have some options, which is very important. One, as I said, the person can see the recipients. If you see the workflow over here, the preceding person has already approved the document. It is currently with me in the send status. Or what I can do is I can reassign. Say, for example, the document is sent to me, but I'm not the concerned, I'm not the authorized signatory for the document. Or I'm not in office, or I'm not in a position to sign the document, but the document has to be signed and it's critical for the organization. So I can just reassign this document to a colleague of mine by giving a specific reason, and the document will be assigned to that person to sign the document on behalf of me. So that's a flexibility that we have provided. Or I can send it for review. Say, for example, I read the document and I'm not in agreement with certain aspects of the document. So what I can do is I can just put in a comment. So add a comment. So I can just add a comment. And so the document comment gets added over here, and then I can send it for review. And the initiator of the document will get the document with my comments, and he can modify the document and send it back. Or I can reject the document saying that I don't agree to this document, and I reject it, and the message goes to the recipient, initiator. So all these features are available. I can also choose my own language over here as well. So if I want to view the document, view the page on the Arabic or anything, so I can change that. So pretty much all the other options are available. So I'm just going to sign the document. Yeah. So once I sign the document, since I'm not, so one important aspect that needs to be noted over here is for you to upload the document, prepare and send the document, you would need a valid license, Signulu license. But if you are just a signatory, you don't need a license. You can just open the document from the email notification and you can sign the document. So once you sign the document, since you are external to an organization and you're not a licensed user, we just ask you your feedback. And then this feedback helps us to improve the product and make any modifications or changes that may be required. So the second person in the workflow has signed the document. Now it moves to the third person. Now remember that for the third person, we had enabled facial recognition. So let's see how that works. So here you can see to sign this document, you need to undergo a facial recognition process. Your photo shall be displayed in the audit trail for future reference. So you need to verify. And before you open the document, you need to take the photograph. So we take a sample of 3 photographs. Oh, just a minute. Let me switch off my screen sharing. Sorry, my camera.
This is fully secured, so.
Yeah, I cannot because Zoom also using my camera. So
That's right. That's right. So this is also a good way to tell our, audience
are you able
here.
to see my screen now?
No, we cannot see anything.
Okay,
right
just
now.
a minute.
Yeah, no problem. Take your pictures and share the screen so we can see.
Can you see now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, we take 3 sample photographs for the algorithm to match the actual live photo taken with the reference image. Yeah, so I've taken the 3 photographs and then I submit. So once the face match is done, only then it allows me to go to the document. So this is the identity verification layer that we built to ensure that the person who is signing the document is a valid signatory. So once that is done, so he just has to sign the document. It's taking some time to do so. Yeah, so document is signed and it takes a feedback. So now if you see, all the 3 people have signed the document, and then we all receive a copy of the final PDF. So here is it. So this is the final PDF document, which is fully executed on Signulu. You can see the signatures. So all the signatures are done. And you also see a unique document ID that is generated. So this is the security number. Using this document ID, you can always go back and verify whether the document is an original document and no fraudulent activities have taken in generating this document. The other aspect of the attachment that you get is the audit trail. So this is one of the important security feature. So here it shows you the complete audit trail, who, where, when, how. So all the answers are questions are answered over here. So if you see here, when it was created, when it was sent, when it was viewed, when it was signed, it will also take the device details. It captures the IP address. And for the signatories, you can see what is the signature style adopted and what is the IP address. And here, if you see the third person who signed the document, we had used the facial recognition feature, so that also gets captured over here. Now, when you go back to the application, now you can see the status over here. So the document status is completed. And then you can see a detailed audit trail over here. So this is the detailed audit trail right from start to finish. every activity that has taken place on this document has been captured. So this may be required for any kind of due diligence or any audit purpose. You can share this information. Couple of more things that you can do over here. One is, once the final document, you can export it to any of the cloud storage services. You can delete the document. You can just view the document at any point of time in future. And also another important feature that we have is you can organize your documents using our folder structure. So we've already created some folders, so you can move the document and store it in any of the folders that you need. You just move it. So the document goes out from your manage section to your folders where you had moved it. So the document is here. So you can again move back to the manage page. So like this, you can organize your documents based on certain categorization. You can create any number of folders, subfolders. So the way you want to organize your documents, you can create and manage your documents. So that way it gives you a lot of, it's easy to manage and retrieve your documents at any point of time in the future. Now, once the document is executed, you can convert this into a template. So template means that the entire document gets saved, and then you can use it at any point of time in the future. If you select is public, that means this template is available for all the users in your organization, or by default it's a private template. So you can create it only for you. So this is pretty much how the documents can be uploaded, prepared, and sent for signature, and how the documents can be signed. A couple of more things that I wanted to talk to you on is the reports. So at any point of time, this gives you a complete overview of how the system is being used and how many documents are signed. By status, you can check how many are in draft, how many are pending, how many are approved, rejected. You can see how many documents are executed over a period of time. So all this information is available to you in your reports, and you have a transaction report, and you can check the status of these documents here as well. And then you can customize a few things based on your own preferences, for which we have the admin part. So in the admin section, you can store your signatures so that you don't have to upload or choose for every document. By default, it takes whatever signature you have chosen. You can update your personal information, keep it handy at any point of time in future. You can set up your cloud storage. Right now, we give connectors for Google Drive, OneDrive, and Dropbox. So you can set up your Google Drive folder so that getting the documents and storing it becomes easier. Just in a single click, you can do. If you're an organization enterprise user, you can manage your users over here. So you can add users, or you can delete users, or you can modify their roles. So all of those things can be possible here. As I told you, at the time of adding the recipients, you can either add by physically typing the details, or you can fetch from the contacts. So you can maintain your own contact lists over here. So it becomes easier for you to add recipients. And then you can, the last part is the user preferences. So you can set up certain preferences like email preferences. So you want how many notifications you want, at what stage you want notifications. So those things, you can set it up. You can set up your own date format in whatever way you need. There are certain signature settings that we give. So in the signature, if you see the document that was generated, let me show you. Yeah, so here we are mentioning, so let me zoom it for you. Yeah, so the signature structure. So it basically, if you see here, signed by Raghavendra, IP address. So these values you can define and you can change in the user preferences. So you can include first and last name, or only first name, or only last name, or you want to include designation. So some of these configurations you can do. And also your signature font size. So you can set how big signatures you want. in your document. So, so this is pretty much what Signulu has to offer. And on top of this, this entire product is built on AWS cloud. So you can be rest assured on the security of your data. So we follow end-to-end encryption. So none of the data is stored as it is. Your documents are MD5 encrypted documents, so that any kind of tampering or any kind of security issues will not be possible. And we also provide integration facilities. So either you can use the product on a standalone basis, or using our REST APIs, you can integrate this with any of the third-party applications, be it your CRM or ERP. We provide a complete comprehensive APIs for you to integrate that. So that's pretty much what Signulu has to offer. There are a lot of other things that we are working on as part of our roadmap. New features are coming up almost on a monthly basis. So it's an ever-growing product, and we are making the product more rich in features and functionalities that are required for multiple use cases and multiple industry domains. So that's it from my side. Swami, over to you.
Yeah. No, thank you, Raghav. I truly appreciate for making a very simple journey of a case study and how the product is able to take, and the creation of the document to all the signing authorities. And I think the admin phase, I think it's pretty user-friendly and everything is SaaS, but we're also saying it also can be done through on-prem. So I have been receiving some wows and kudos for the entire product show on my chat. And there are also some questions from our viewers who have been joining from different places across the globe. So again, as you mentioned, the security is the most critical part. So can you just give a little bit more on the security, as well as how many different areas it can do integration? Because we are talking to enterprise applications, what is the integration? Because sometimes it may have to be integrated with the ERP or the procurement system. So can you talk about the security as well as the integration, please, Raghav?
Yeah. So from a security standpoint, as I said, we implement all the standard cloud security features. Our product and our infrastructure gets audited by a third-party cybersecurity agency every quarter to identify any kind of vulnerabilities or any kind of security threats. And if there are any corrective actions has to be taken, we take it up, both based on the audit as well as proactively. We also do that. And from a data standpoint, as I said, all our data is end-to-end encrypted. So none of the data is available for anybody to just pick it up from the database. So that way it's protected. We don't store any personal information. No credit card information is stored in our database. So that way users can be absolutely clear on those kind of data breaches that can happen. So these are some of the security features that we have. In terms of integration, we already have 3 to 4 very successful integrations that we have done. One with the custom HR product to run their entire employee documents to be signed by stakeholders. We are currently working with one company where we are doing the SAP integration. So all their SAP, all the contracts like invoices, purchase orders, GRNs, and other financial statements. So those integrated with SAP, the documents can be signed using Signulu. A couple of other areas where we are working is in terms of employee onboarding for some of the educational institutions where we have student onboarding. So all of these integrations are possible with our APIs.
So you have giving basically. So you're giving basically the API so that people can easily use our APIs and we can integrate with anything, right? Correct.
Not only that, as we are speaking, we also have our Outlook and Gmail plugins also available. So
excellent.
Yeah, so it's integrated with Outlook. So any document that comes to you via email, you can directly send it on Signulu for signatures.
Excellent, so that way yeah. Now that's very important because we always use some kind of a Chrome extensions, right? So the plugins are very easy So you don't need to leave so as soon as you are getting into your email. So I think as you all see, the product is already matured. It has all the security features and it is giving a peace of mind. And somebody was asking me when I was in Vegas, hey, when I'm signing, why do you need the location? Because again, it is in addition to the facial recognition, we want to say, okay, a person is supposed to be in Cary, North Carolina. What is he doing in Vegas? Is he on a business trip or something else? Is it that document is supposed to be open in that location? So depending upon the legalities and depending upon how important the document is and who is signing, when they are signing, all kinds of features are available. It is just you need to see based on your workflow, what are the things you can enable. But this comes to another question to you, Raghav. How is the training and adoption is your team is getting up in providing after the implementation?
Yeah, so we have a very comprehensive onboarding program for our customers. Okay, so once the customer signs up for Signulu, so we have the first level of interaction that we give to the customer in terms. So we arrange for product demos. We provide them all the user manuals. We conduct hand-holding sessions for the customers. We create focus group demonstrations where if it's a large enterprise, so currently we are working with one of the large enterprises with about 60 users. So we have conducted close to 15 to 20 training sessions, right, for various groups. And our customer support is always available, obviously during the business hours that we provide. Okay, any kind of feedback, any kind of assistance, we are always available over the call, or we can get on a Teams or a Zoom call and explain to users, what this. And whenever we release a new feature, there's a very robust process that we put in place where we prepare the release notes, we prepare the user manuals, we engage with the customers to explain them how the new features work, why it is important, so all of these things. So that way, we follow a very strict process to engage with our customers. Until now, I'm happy to say that we've got zero churn rate in the last 2 years. So we have customers who are renewing their contracts year on year. So we hope to continue the same.
Excellent. I know in the interest of the time, there is one last question I want to ask Raghav. So in terms of the devices, how compatible is the Signulu in terms of any devices, desktop, laptops, mobile devices? A lot of the new features are coming in on the mobile devices. So just want to touch base on the device part.
Yeah, so our application is completely mobile responsive. So you can access our application on any device. It could be laptop, desktop, tablets, mobile. So that way it's seamless and it provides a very smooth experience for the users. Very soon we'll be launching our own mobile app. So that's kind of a game changer in the industry where it gives you the flexibility to sign documents anywhere, wherever you are at any position. You don't have to open your laptop to sign the document. So the notification just comes on your mobile app. You just open the document, sign it, and you're done. So that's something that we are working on. We are almost about 60-70% done. So hopefully in the next 1.5 months, we should be releasing our Signulu mobile app. So that way, so that way you need not access only through one specific device. So it's omni device, and also we have omni-channel communication. So we have in-app notifications. We have integrated with WhatsApp, so you can get notifications on the WhatsApp. So all of those things are there. Yeah.
Excellent.
Swami, go ahead, before we close the thing, there's so many other features, and finer nuances in each and every one, any of these features. But on the top of what Raghav said, we have something as a deployment methods. So we can deploy it as a standalone on a SaaS model, or else we can also deploy it on-prem or semi what you call semi hybrid model. So that way, the user enterprises, they're bigger enterprises where there's a security or compliance is the issue. We can always deploy it on-prem, and we manage, maintain, and make sure they are perfectly running. And we recently won one big contract from Suzlon Energy. It's a global company where we are going to deploy it on-prem for 1,000 user license. So that's one of the thing, that's how, see all these companies see the value, what Signulu is delivering to them. Hopefully, we will capture more and more, on the rest of the world. Hopefully, we see, South America also is one of the places that we are targeting now. So thank you very much for taking time. Thank you everyone for giving your valuable time to go through our product, and appreciate. Thank you. Hopefully, Swami, you can.
Yeah. Again, thanks, Raghav, for giving the entire journey of the product. And thank you, Ramana, for speaking from your heart, why it is so important, especially at this time. And thanks to all our audience who have joined across the globe. So a couple of key takeaways. So Signulu is one of the unique product in the eSignature, very different from other products. You may be wondering, oh, DocuSign is already there, but why Signulu? As now it is completely different. It is a peace of mind, a lot of the security features enabled, language enabled, hybrid models, and mobile devices, mobile application. A lot of those things are coming up. So I request everyone to follow us on LinkedIn with Signulu page. There is a Signulu channel, the YouTube channel, where all this video webinars will be there. We also have custom video messages where everybody can choose if there is any stuck into one minute videos for, okay, how to enable this, how to configure this. So we also have a short videos. We want to make sure your life is easy and your life is very mobile friendly. You can be anywhere remote, or you can be there on the beach, but you can still continue to keep a peace of mind and continue the workflow to finish. So thank you once again, and please follow us and reach out to us. So you can put a slide, Raghav, the contact email and the phone number. So any of these people, if you want to set up a one-on-one appointment, want to do a custom, follow us on the product. So we are happy to engage one-on-one meetings with your respective client locations or your office locations or on Zoom, so that we can walk you through and customize what you need, because Signulu is backed up by MITI Infotech or Millennium Infotech, where we can do a lot of the custom solutions. So this is like a one-stop shop where we are giving you peace of mind. We are giving you what is really needed for your workflows to be seamlessly easy and safe and secure. Thank you once again for joining with us.
Thank you.
Till next month.